Start with Southwest Houston. Delivered several business parks, Trammell Crow, Stream, Hines, along the Beltway. It'd been a while since the Southwest market had seen industrial park development. A lot of the bigger deals were Niagara Water, about 200,000 feet, and a large FedEx build-a-suit along the Beltway and Highway 90. Market rates, it's a user market. I see development probably flat there. I don't think we're going to see anything else as vacancy remains. There's opportunities for small land sites, but the large land sites are not readily available. Into West Houston, and this market's past the Energy Corridor, into Katy next to Igloo, Medline, Rooms to Go. Exeter has a project off Mason Road, and Transwestern, if you see the building next to Medline, there's two buildings there on I-10, they've remained empty. I think that market will be flat for a while. It's typically been a big user market, like the Igloo, like the Rooms to Go. Northwest Houston, that's predominantly been our most popular market and most active market. Obviously, everyone's heard about the Dakin facility out 290, plus or minus 4 million square feet. Prologis has had the task of backfilling the million square feet at 290 and Beltway 8. They've done a great job with Shaw and GET, and I think there's some other deals in that market about to happen. There's a lack of quality land sites, so when a developer, wants to come into town and do a development, they always say they want to be in Northwest Houston. I remember a story, I don't want to say who, but they came into our office and goes, "Hey, we found a site in Northwest Houston." I said, "Great, where is it?" He goes, "On the southeast corner of I-45 and Beltway 8. And I go, "That's not Northwest Houston." But another large deal that hit Panettone's project at Gessner and Beltway 8 was Advanced Auto Parts, about 400,000 feet. There's several vacancies in that market, so I don't see rental rates increasing anytime soon. There's barriers to entry. Where do you go? Do you go to North Houston? Do you go out to Waller? Do you go out to Katy? Is kind of the question which developers are asking themselves. We saw development move and deliveries in 15 and 16 over to North Houston. One of the larger deals, obviously, we've seen is Amazon in the e-commerce rage of 855,000 feet in the Pinto Business Park, which is I-45 and Beltway 8. In North Houston, there's blocks of space, large blocks of space available. It's probably our weakest market at the moment. I have heard that there's some smaller deals, 30, 40,000 foot deals that are getting completed in there. So we hope that that market will continue to increase. Our golden goose, the Port of Houston. There have been many, many deals completed over there. The biggest deal is IKEA, 1 million square feet over in Baytown. There's an import DC, and it's related to the e-commerce side of the business. TGS Cedarport is the 12,000 acre, I'm never going to find out how big it is, that they bought a couple years ago, and they're selling land. Ravago is a plastic resin manufacturer. They bought 200 acres. They're going to build 700,000 feet with tons of rail. One of the things that the port is seeing is also a lack of available land sites south of the channel, where they're coming harder and harder to find. And with that, Baytown has really blossomed and bloomed in that arena, not only because of the land, but of the dual service with the UP and the BN. One of the issues that the users have is they don't want to be held captive with just a UP or just a BN or just a KCS. And that's why a lot of the users along Highway 225 use the Port Terminal Railroad, which is called the PTRA. And the PTRA is owned by all four of those rail providers. This is a national look from Cushman Wakefield, and one of the things you'll see from 11, past recession moving forward, is the net absorption, continuing to increase. I thought that was an interesting slide. I foresee it to keep probably flat to increasing, in 17 a little bit. This is the top U.S. industrial markets by absorption. If you'll see, Houston's number 10. We've absorbed 32 million, is that right? 32 million, almost 33 million feet. One of the things I think that this proves for Houston is if you look at the top 5 markets, Inland Empire, Chicago, Dallas, PA, Pennsylvania, Atlanta, those are the majority of the hubs where distribution users like to place fulfillment centers, DCs, and smaller fulfillment centers in those cities. That's where the high population. So industrial, new industrial projects follow population growth. If you look, and I would even say we owe some of our boom to the oil industry, because all of the new employees that moved here, bought houses, built houses, everyone's going to brush their teeth, everyone's going to buy a car, everyone's going to buy consumer products. And the more people you have, the closer those users want to be to the people. And in 17, I think that's the last one, I think vacancy rates will remain the same. Got as low as 5%. We're currently just around 6.5. Leasing rates, I think, will stay flat. The developers have been good and hadn't really overbuilt like the office. Just kidding. Too bad. So I think that we could possibly see rate increases in different submarkets. The Port of Houston is doing great. It's with the petrochemical industry and the cheap feed. It's a booming time to be over there. Northwest, I think they'll continue to improve. I think due to the lack of available sites, I think North Houston will be a shining star in the next year or two. And overall, going forward in 17, I think the industrial market will stay strong. I don't see it going down. I don't see it taking off. I think it's very similar to retail in the sense that I think a slight increase is what we should look forward to. Thank you.